How's it going, guys? Today, we're going to be reviewing how this little guy will sharpen a chain. What's going on, everybody? Tucker with Tucker's Timbers back with another chainsaw video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing kind of the grips that we use when we sharpen. When we always hand file, we never grind our chains, remember? But I just did a few swipes with this guy, and I really like it. I got the guide with it too because it came with it, but I got a 25-inch Oregon chain on there right now on the 500i. I'm gonna sharpen it with the guide, and I got a new flat file as well, just cause why not, you know? It's like $6, so I just picked one up. And then I'm gonna go cut with it. But yeah, it seems really smooth right off the bat, but I'm gonna give this an honest review on the smoothness, the comfortability of the handle, all that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna show you guys how it cuts. So yeah, I'm gonna eat a quesadilla while I do it, so here we go, let's sharpen her up. I always color the tooth that I start on with a blue Sharpie. That's just what I do. I don't like to waste my time looking for the gold link, you know what I mean? So. And I sharpen from the side like this. I don't go behind the power head. I don't know what you guys prefer, but I like to do behind for sure. This flat file, or this round file is really nice. It's grabbing really good. So guys, I sharpen the tooth on the way over, and then so I sharpen here, then come back, I kind of push against the raker. So I'm not going back on the tooth. I'm only filing forward. That's all I'm doing. Never on the way back. And I don't really do angles. I just kind of make sure there's a sharp, strong top plate on it. Because I've found that the angle of the chain, guys, it really doesn't matter. All that matters is how it cuts. You know what I'm saying? So, and whenever I feel like the top plate should be sharp, but it's not, I'll get down eye level, and I'll make sure that the hook is good enough on that tooth, and if it's not, I'll take one swipe, just kind of like this, and that increases the hook just by a little bit, so that top plate stands out a little bit better. Because that top plate is determines exactly how you guys are gonna cut, so. Top plate and your rakers. That's all you gotta worry about. And when I'm filing, guys, I always, first of all, make sure you got I don't know what you call a sharp file, just kind of a gritty file, because if you don't, it's not going to do much good. But when you file, you really want to look at that tooth and make sure that it's going to be a straight line. You know what I mean? You don't want it to warp, and you want to line this up pretty perfectly. And then as you're going, you can kind of see the tooth start to straighten out on top. And that's when you know you kind of got a sharp top plate, is when that tooth kind of straightens out in a straight line. But if it's already straight, and it's not a sharp top plate, it's only going to take a few swipes. And I am not the guy to count the amount of swipes each time. That's not how I roll at all. But just file it till it's sharp, you know what I mean? And guys, it might look like I'm sharpening it like this, like both ways, but I'm pushing and then moving to the right and coming back. That's what I'm doing. Look for that straight line, feel it. Yeah, she's sharp. Yeah, this chain's gonna, I really like this file so far. And here's my Bluetooth. I think I tested this one out. I already sharpened that one, but flip the saw, then do it on the other side. It's the same thing. My grip does get a little funky when I go over here. But you know, everybody does it a different way, and it's really just whatever works for you, works for you, you know what I mean? So I still use my right. And I start with the tooth behind the Bluetooth. So we're gonna start here. Same thing, we're just looking for that flatness. Never file both ways. She's sharp. And guys, I always my fingers get so numb that honestly, if it's not razor sharp, I'm gonna keep sharpening it. I've gotten to be pretty picky. This one's already sharp. I've already gotten to be pretty picky with how my chains are. I'm not gonna cut with a chain unless it's, you know, it's sharp. So this side is already pretty sharp, all of them. I must have, wow, yeah, they are. I must have sharpened this side and just forgot to sharpen the other side. Still gonna touch it up though. If there's ever any dirt, yeah, they're polished. So I haven't even cut with this after I sharpened it last time, but I'm still gonna sharpen it because never be too sharp. But what was I gonna say? I don't know, but this side's not going to take nearly as long. That's this for sure. And guys, I would recommend sharpening saws is tough because everybody has something different to say about it, you know what I mean? But whatever works for you, do that, okay? I got, you know, obviously, you know, who doesn't watch Buck and Billy Ray and watch his filing? That's kind of where I got all my tips and stuff like that, and Timber Cutter Patriot too. But whatever works for you, man, just do that. Truly, it does not matter. And another thing with having a gritty, newer file is that you don't need to put as much pressure on the tooth. You can kind of just let her glide across. You know what I'm saying, guys? All I'm looking for is wow, we're already back to it, see? Last tooth. Alright, so that's razor sharp there. I use this raker gauge from Oregon. Let's bust out the new flat file here. But same thing with the flat file, guys. I don't think I've ever bought a new one. This is the one that I've been using. And for the rakers, they get pretty gritty in there, so it becomes tough. But let's listen here. All right, that one might have had a little bit, but not too bad. There's some right there. And what I do, guys, I file the crap out of my rakers. So I'll go along this first kind of line here, and I'll just see if I feel more than like two that have some meat on them, raker wise, then I'll file the whole thing down. But usually I can just eyeball and tell. But this one, some of them look a little high, some of them look a little bit low. And when they all look high, I don't even use the gauge. I just go and tap them down myself. But this is kind of a mix here. So I think I'm gonna go through with the gauge, and then I'm gonna go through with the flat one more time just to get them a little bit lower than they should be, because that's how I roll, to be honest. So yeah, we'll go through. That one's good. And you guys can hear when they're not. Like this one, listen. That guy was pretty high right there. They've all got a decent bit to them here. Wow, this new flat file is shredding through these rakers, I'll tell you that though. Wow. Yeah, right. I think I'm just gonna title this video how to properly sharpen a chainsaw chain. I was gonna start it off as just, reviewing this guy, but I guess we're just gonna go through and groom up this chain pretty well, and then I'll prove to you guys that it cuts. Yeah, first starting out in the chainsaw sharpening and raker filing, all that kind of stuff, it's so easy to get really, really, really confused and be like, oh, should I buy a grinder, blah, 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 blah. No, never, ever buy a grinder. I made the mistake. I bought a little crappy Harbor Freight chainsaw grinder. And I will never go back. No, that one's gonna be short. Oh, no, it's not. That guy's pretty tall still. Let's go back a little bit. And I bought it, and mistake, guys, because those grinders, they may work, yeah, but your top plate, think about it. When you take a round file and you put it under that top plate, you're creating a really strong top plate because it's literally round. So you're getting that hook. When you grind it and you come in like this, it goes like that. It's flat, you know what I'm saying? So that top edge is sharp, but the top plate is not, guys. It's not. So that's why I like to hand file, because that round way of thinking. But I got my head wrapped up in it. I wasn't able to sharpen a chain until probably, I don't even know, a long time. Like until I could comfortably say, yeah, I know how to sharpen a chain. I'll sharpen a chain. So yeah, it took me a while. A lot of failed attempts, a lot of angry days, and wasted time, but that's just part of the process, guys. That's what you gotta do to truly, master something. And I'm not saying I'm a master or anything, but we've already made it. But I'm definitely not new to this anymore. I kind of know what I'm looking for. These rakers look much better, much more consistent. I might still tap them. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. I'm going to tap them like 3 more times each, just because. But yeah, guys, don't be afraid to mess around and experiment, you know what I mean? Because you're only going to teach yourself more. I could get a lot of hate for this video with what I'm doing right now, but I don't really care. It works for me, so. And the rakers, you can file either way, to be honest. I only file going this way, but it's whatever. To be honest with you. Because if you think about it, it's just a flat piece of metal, you know, there's no need to make it any softer or anything. Already almost done. See, I already tapped that one, definitely. All right, so cool. Rakers are down, teeth are razor sharp. I really like this handle. And this metal piece, I should have started off telling you guys what it is, but see those degrees on there? Tells you how you should be. I didn't use this top piece at all. I could have just used this guy, but I will say it does add some stability and some straightness. Because, you know, I have always used this guy, just this loose handle, and I just, as long as you're making sure your teeth are straight, then that you're good. That's all you need to do. So the biggest things that I'm going to tell you to focus on when sharpening a saw, first you got to make sure that your teeth are straight. That's just me. That's how I focus, and that's how I make sure that my top plates are always going to be strong and sharp. And then make sure they're clean too. You don't want to, and make sure they're not blue. If for some reason you are using a grinder, go tap, tap, tap. Don't go tap, tap. No, that could possibly blue the tooth, and that makes it hard as a rock, and you can't sharpen it nearly as good after that. But anyways, guys, let's go cut with it, shall we? Enough of me yapping. I'm gonna go show you how this cuts. Another thing, buy a new file. I just sharpened in half the time that I normally do. And that's because that file is brand new and it's still really gritty and the grooves are deep still. So, but yeah, anyways, this is the Oregon chain on a steel 500i. I'm gonna go probably today. I'm gonna go split before I cut, but it'll either be up on some maple logs or some cherry logs. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you guys. Or you guys will see. You guys know how to identify trees. You guys will see what kind they are when we get there. But anyways, yeah, let's get to cutting, shall we? The same chain. I don't know how to prove that it's the same chain, but it is. It's that same Oregon. I'm not gonna switch the chains. A lot of people are probably gonna accuse me, whatever. But we're gonna see how truly sharp it is, how good of a job I did. And then I'm just gonna kind of wrap it up and give a little review about the file. And then we'll be on our way. But 500i, Oregon handle, file, and file guide with an Oregon chain, 3/8. Here we go. guys. Well, I realized that this video supposed to be like a chainsaw sharpening and review type of thing, so I'm gonna stop bucking up and give you guys the sitch. So I don't know about you guys, but I thought that cut pretty perfectly. I'm gonna keep cutting after the camera turns off. I don't know why I dropped the saw. Trying to get fancy, I just dropped it. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. Oregon handle, file, and guide, I love it. That might be my favorite combo. The wooden handle, love it. Can't really go wrong there. But yeah, file your rakers down just a little bit extra. As long as you know where you're cutting, what you're cutting into. Have your top hand on always, ready for that kickback. But otherwise, I mean, just have fun and let your chainsaw eat. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my how-to on sharpening chainsaw chains. That's kind of what this video turned into. But yeah, I appreciate you guys sticking around. If you like content like this, hit that subscribe button. And then, yeah, I'll keep making videos like this. Throw your suggestions in the comments. Whatever you want me to film, I'll film it. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you have a blessed night. Safe travels if you're going anywhere. Good health. Yeah, I just wish the best for all you guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. We're going to keep growing this channel. I'm going to keep growing my business, and I'm going to keep teaching or sharing my experiences to you guys. So stick along for the ride. I really appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next video, live stream or short. I'll probably go live. My dad's on his way. He's gonna come help me tonight. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. He's really been helping me out, to be honest. Forever grateful for that guy, for sure. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next video, all right? Have a good night.